Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is kind of talking about some of the ornaments and decorations I have out for Christmas and some of the little bit of stories behind some of them that I have, because some of them were handed down to me or given to me, or and they have some special memories in them. So I thought I'd kind of touch on some of those and share them with you. So this is the first thing I'm sharing. This is my nativity, and it was my grandparents. And for those who don't know, I was raised by my grandparents, and I have so many more memories of Christmas with them and getting decorating the house for Christmas and all of those things. And this was the nativity set that they had, and she used to have like this, like, I'm gonna call it angel hair, but it was just like kind of covering. It was white that it all sat in, but I just got rid of that because it was old. And this is quite an old set. I'm not even sure how old it is. Gosh, I'd probably think it's probably 20 years older than I am. And so, yeah, that's older. So this was their set, and I absolutely love it. And I'll just kind of go in and you can see it. They're very muted tones. There is color on some of them, but they're very, very muted. You have the three wise men, and Mary, and Joseph, and the shepherd. And then there's the animals. And then up here is the angel, and it's just attached by like a little nail because it has a little hook thing that you can put it through. This has come off, broken off just because over the years, so it's not perfect, but you know what? It doesn't have to be perfect. I just have a lot of memories, and I absolutely love this nativity scene, and I'm so happy that I have it. My grandmother loved nutcrackers, and I love nutcrackers. And this is a big guy, and this was hers. And so he's got pride of place there next to the TV. And this angel is probably 20 some years old, and she's still going strong. She's looking a little haggard around the bottom, but she's still going strong. And it was my grandmother's. I have quite a few ornaments of my grandma's, and this was one of them here, this angel, and I absolutely loved it. And the tree we had at home has the same sort of color scheme as the tree that I have now, with the golds and the burgundies, greens, that sort of thing. This was an ornament I picked up for my grandma. I bought it for her at Disneyland, and I bought it, I'm trying to think, I picked it up for her a couple of years before she passed away. I had taken a trip to visit family, and I bought it for her at Disneyland there, and that was hers. This is a Mountie ornament, and I have it on the tree to represent my Uncle Jimmy, who was an RCMP officer, and he passed away a few years ago. So I have this on the tree to honor and remember him. This is one of a few shell ornaments. They're white shells that have some glitter paint on them. And I bought these, you'll see a few of them through the tree, in San Diego when I was visiting my family, who all live in San Diego. One side of my family in California. And I love the beach. I grew up on a lake, a saltwater lake, the Bredor Lakes. And I fell asleep every night to the sound of the waves crashing on the shore. And there's something about the salt sea air. I am from Nova Scotia, but there's something about the salt sea air that just kind of grounds me. And so I loved these little shell ornaments when I found them for that reason. So I have quite a few of them. Here's another one here that I have. And another one here, and one there as well. This little ornament is so cute. And I got it to represent Layla. Even though Layla doesn't have white paws, she does have a little bit of white under her chin, and her face is all black. But they didn't have an all black one because you wouldn't be able to really see a cat that was all black. But it is a black cat, so I got that to represent Layla. This is a little fairy ornament that's just sitting in my tree. And anybody that loves me knows I love fairies and the Celtic mythology and folklore. And when I saw this little fairy, I had to have her for my tree. This London double-decker bus, I have 2 of them on my tree. And I only picked them up last year at Walmart. I think they were like $1 or something like that. But London is my favorite city. Of all the cities I've been to, London is my favorite. So I had to get the classic double-decker bus to have on my tree. And this little guy is older than me, and he's my absolute favorite ornament I own. I always loved putting him as a little girl on our Christmas tree, and I'd take him off every now and then and play with him because he's all jointed actually. So his legs and arms actually move, and he's really soft. I'm surprised there's still fur left on him, but he's my absolute favorite ornament I have on the Christmas tree. I've always loved this little guy, and Grandma gave him to me probably about more than 10 years ago. She said, you know, you could just take him because I just loved him so much. And there's another one of the nutcrackers that my grandma owned. And this is a homemade stocking. My Aunt Kathy knit her kids all a stocking with their name and knit me one as well because I lived right next door. And so this is pretty special, and I'm so happy I still have it. So it has my name on it, and it's a Mrs. Claus, and all her boys got a Santa Claus, and then her 2 girls had a Mrs. Claus as well, and everybody has one with their name on it. And so yes, my Aunt Kathy knit this for me. And then if you're looking down at my Christmas tree skirt here, it's another thing that's older than me. This was on my grandmother's tree too, and it's actually not even a Christmas tree skirt. It's actually an old skating skirt, like for figure skating. And we've just kind of taken it apart so it would open up and we could put it around like an actual tree skirt. So it's not an actual Christmas tree skirt. It was a skating skirt, but I just love the plaid. It just reminds me of home and my heritage and everything. So I have this as well. And the last thing I want to mention is these candles I have in my window. These are just 2 sets of candles, but it was something we grew up with. Grandma had candles in all of her windows, every window in the house, including the sides you can't even see from the road, had candles in them. And there were bigger and smaller sizes depending on which window it was. These ones actually came, because they're the smaller set, they came from the ones she used to put in her sun porch. So we had a sun porch in the front of the house, and I think it had like 10 windows in it between the front and the side, and she had one of these in each window. And I remember connecting how we had got it to work, because there was no power in the sun porch except for the light that we had in there. So I remember connecting them all extension cord by extension cord and running it one to the other to the other to the other all the way around. And then we would bring it in behind and run it up the side of the wall. And we would put this little thing that would go in where you put your light bulb in, and it would have an outlet on it, and so then you could screw the light bulb at the front of that. So we would put that up inside the socket, I guess, and then put the light bulb in, but just unscrew it enough that it wouldn't connect, because we didn't need to have the light on while we had the candles in the window. And so all we had to do to turn them all on then was use the light switch for the sun porch. And so we would have the entire sun porch lit. I think there was like 10 sets of candles like these in the sun porch. So yeah, these candles were from my grandma's sun porch. And oh God, I love the candles. I don't know if it's common everywhere to put candles in your window or if it's a maritime thing to have these candles in the window. I'm not sure. You can let me know, but I loved putting candles in the window. I still love seeing candles in the window. And I know eventually, I think they're getting harder to find. Eventually I want to have, when we have our house, to have candles in all of the windows the way my grandma did, because I just love them. So that is a look at just some of the Christmas ornaments I have on my tree and decorations I have around, and some of the meaning I have behind them and some of the memories I have behind them and where they came from. So yeah, so that is my video for today. I hope you liked it. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. Thanks so much for watching. Stay safe and be well. And until next time, bye.